Hello, hello. 1 second, because as usual, I start off being very unprofessional. None of my setup is ready to go. Ugh. Alright. I think we got it. Just gotta angle you down a hair. So I had my whole setup ready to go for recording of regular edited videos, and for some reason I didn't switch everything over. So here we are. But anyways, hi! How's everybody doing? There's that wire not working properly. Click over here on resume, perfect, and shut you off. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. Literally, I looked at the clock, I didn't realize my 5 minutes was already up. Nothing to... So the song I use at the end of my regular lectures, that's Frog's theme from Chrono Trigger. Because I am a huge fan of the Chrono series, and yes, as soon as we are done with Control, we will be playing both Chrono games. Because I want to, more than anything else. Hey, SG, how you doing? Hey, Isaac, Art, Gabriel, Val, Tao. Hope everyone is doing well. Alright, so I'm going to get this front part out of the way for anyone who's catching the VOD after the fact. Through the course of these streams, we will keep it main story spoiler-free. We will not be discussing anything related to the main plot, but anything related to the documents we find are open game, as long as they don't violate rule number 1. That being said, if there's any specific topic that you want to go into further deep dives in, I will call them out. We'll have cards in the top right linking you over to full lectures I've done them in the past. That being said, let's go ahead and get going. And also, that being said, before we continue on with the main story, there was one document we forgot to get during the last stream, which we'll grab right here. It's Waddle Dee Wednesday? Oh, that should be a thing. That should be an international thing, Waddle Dee Wednesday, 100%. Oh, let's not get blown up by these things. So now that we have finished the mold side quest, we are able to walk into all of these little side pathways here that we used to be killed by going into, but now we got it, we good to go. Mold immunity is amazing. Your partner and you hike 10 miles. Nice! Nice! Like, there's one hike that I try to do. I think it's probably 4 or 5 miles up to the first lake, and then another 3 or 4 up to the second lake, but I think it's like a 4,000 foot elevation climb. It's ridiculous, but it's absolutely amazing at the same time. Alright, close you out. There we go. Okay, cafeteria concerns. Director Trench, as head chief, I need to express my concern about rumors I've been hearing regarding mold appearing near some of my kitchens. I'm alerting you that any food handled, prepared, or consumed in the vicinity of mold can be contaminated and is unsafe for ingestion. I can verify these reports, then I will need to close multiple cafeterias. I realize this would be an inconvenience to many, but as a caterer, I provide myself in keeping a pristine environment for food preparation and service. Sincerely, Jay Pullman, head chef of the Golden Chow Catering Company. And honestly, that actually would be a pretty freaky thing. Like, you have mold spores going around. Imagine if one mold spore got onto your freaking tuna fish sandwich that the cafeteria made for you. Guess what? You're now infected in a mold host and you're going to die. Like, health code violations in this place would be 100% because it literally can kill you without a moment's thought. Yeah, not good. So you started playing Control again yesterday, trying to use launch as little as possible. Very strange way to play the game. Yeah, it's very fun using the shield. Yeah, like, launch is just such an overpowered ability. It's... You kind of get tricked into, like, you know what? Let's just use it all the time because it's that freaking awesome. And you really want to because it's very cinematic at the same time. But there's so much more to the combat than just launch that you really don't get if you only use it. That's why I try to, like, vary the combat during the stream. Your feet are going to fall off. Well, kick back. Enjoy yourself. Don't walk anymore. And I think we're going the wrong direction. Yeah, let's not go that way. You have earned yourself a nice relax. The first time I got Cheap Pet, Fernando died in 3 days because I didn't know he was sick. Is Fernando 2 up and running now? I think I saw you put up in Discord that Fernando was like, bleh. you would bring your own lunch every day in, like, vacuum-sealed bags. I am 100% with you on that. All right, so for anyone who did not catch the last stream, where we are at now is we finished all of our side quests. We spoke to Dylan, who informed us that the Bureau is keeping some secrets from us. What a shocker. And that if we wanted to get some intel, we should go to the Prime Candidate program to learn more. And that is where we are heading. You have arrived! Hey there, Draco. I think it's Tamo with an O Gachi, but I haven't had one since I was like years and years ago. The 90s were still there. Alright, but now we are ready to enter Prime Candidate program. Let's go. Oh, hi there. I see you there, good sir. Go away. Alright, here we go. The Mirror Supplement. Let me delete you. And delete you. Perfect. Alright, remember this was written... okay, here we go. Alright, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. She was admitted to a mental ward for emotional instability after relocating to Illinois with her family in 1914. Again, this is in reference to the Victorian mirror that we saw earlier. The item only appears on record again in 2006 when the Bureau investigated a sudden rise of disappearance in something, Illinois. Agents found the item hanging in a local library. They contained it quickly, though the missing people of the town were never recovered. Presumably, they went inside the mirror and never came back out. And imagine if you're inside the mirror for a second and the mirror gets moved on the outside. That means you have no idea where it could be. I mean, because they did mention in the first document that the mirror can only replicate a certain square footage around the object itself. So imagine if you were standing there and then the mirrors moved out like into 500 miles away. You would have no way of getting back to the mirror to escape into the normal reality, and you would have no way to find it, even if you could get that far. That would suck. Second bed hatch is called Nina. I'm taking great care of her. Good. You give Nina some scritches. Oh boy, don't tease him yet, Isaac. Let Draco find out on his own. Alright, supplementary materials. Date August 18th, 1915. We certify that the case of Mrs. So-and-so has shown her to be a lunatic under the reasons of hysteria, bad company, and imaginary female trouble. Her fixation with the family looking glass is noteworthy, though not uncommon matter for considering the female disposition. Mrs. Carver is a fit subject for the lunatic asylum and will remain in its confines until her affliction has passed. Signed, Dr. Asshole. Sorry, redacted, I mean. Anyways. And honestly, back in the day, like 19th century and early 20th century, you can get locked up in nut houses for the stupidest things. I mean, there are people who would argue a different point of history, like, hey, that's not what happened. I was there 50 years ago, and history book says something different. Oh, you're crazy. You're obviously stressed out. You're going in the loony bin. Like, you can get locked up for random shit. Like, people who read too much could be locked up in the nut house in the 19th century. It was nuts. Thank God we don't have to deal with that BS anymore. I mean, like, I
Define new prime candidates.
Okay. Trench, I think he wants to talk to us.
After North Moore stepped down, I doubled every effort to find new prime candidates. There was no one. No one but me. That wasn't good enough. I pushed hard. I never wanted the Bureau to end up in that situation again. The Bureau needs a director. Always. When my time reaches an end, I want more options on the table. P1 through P5 were all false leads, dead ends, and disappointments. Then P6. Dylan Faden. He fell into our arms. No parents. They're gone. Casualties of an AWE. The boy has exceptional talent. The oldest house will be his home. We'll build him from the ground up. He'll be trained and taken care of. Darling can be in charge of this project. I can't. I'll stay away. I will not fail the boy like I failed my own family. My daughter and my wife. We weren't careful enough back then. Something came home with me. I took work home. My Susanna got sick. When I realized my mistake, I wanted to bring her here for Darling to do what he could. Kate flat out refused. Civilian doctors treated our daughter, but they didn't have a clue. She died. Kate left me. Same old story. That was a long time ago. The Bureau is all I have now. And the prime candidates are our future. There are two. P6 and P7. We're spoiled for choice.
Okay. Actually, yes, Tao, we do not know what he took home with him, and I will put that on the list as soon as I find my notepad. Alright, there we go. And where is it? Where did I leave off? I've been doing a lot of handwritten stuff on the side, so I'm trying to find the right page. No. There we go, found it. Alright. What did Trench take home? Absolutely no idea. It's never explained further. And I'm curious if that is the triggering event what caused Trench to become so overly, for lack of a better word, controlling about the Bureau itself.
Director. Our future.
Yeah,
P6
right,
and
Jericho Fox.
P7.
That kid was already a failure. Leaving them in the chart, in the hands of the researchers probably wasn't the smartest thing. Dylan did not turn out very well adapted, and let's just leave it at that. There he is. Get over here. Whoa. Wait, do I have the ability to seize bigger objects now? No, I don't. Okay, never mind. Let's switch out and play with spin for a little bit. Hey, you guys. Hey, you down there. What's up? You know what? No. Let's drop that. I don't want to use that. Let's shield bash him. Remote thought, we need those. Remote thoughts are the one thing that we literally have not that lot of. And it's blocking us and gatekeeping us from getting new weapons. Alright, there we go. Exactly! That's something, thank you for bringing it up, Art. Yeah, so the story behind Trench and Max Payne are similar, not identical. In Max Payne, junkies sent by a government agency were dropped off at Max's front door and ended up killing his wife and child. And this one, the child died, the wife left him. Either way, it's the same old story. And they're voiced by the exact same voice actor, which makes it even better. Yeah, remote thoughts are a pain, and they're literally gatekeeping all... Like, even the charge gun, we can't get the charge until that comes in. Brought back some guys hyped up in Valkyrie, yep. Oh, what do we have over here? Get out of the way. Bright Falls Supplement. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigation. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of memory loss, of short-term memory loss, possibly, I don't know. She was later directed to treatment. It was concluded that she had been trapped in the threshold during its manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls event are FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Dr. Emil Hartman, referred to the Creator's Dilemma, and the file Cauldron Lake Lodge. Bureau researchers believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of subjective reality stemming from Mr. Wake overlapping on our own. Wake has been flagged as a potential para-utilitarian. See Prime Candidate Program file for more details. This right here 100% tells us that Wake was at one point considered as a potential prime candidate. However, how the hell would they ever consider him a prime candidate before this? Because there was no sign of paranatural stuff with him at all before the story happened. Anyways, in 2011, a book by Clay Stewart entitled The Alan Wake Files was published by Roundabout Press, New York and Olympia. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. A monitoring station was established at Cauldron Lake to alert the Bureau of any future activity. And we mentioned the Alan Wake Files before. If you get the Steam version of the game, Alan Wake, you can actually get a PDF copy of the Alan Wake Files to read. And yes, this whole place is weird as hell. What would Wake's version of the service weapon be? A pen? Oh shit, who would know with that guy? Wouldn't surprise me. Anyways, I do want to look at something. Case files. I do want to bring up one more thing. This was event date. They don't specify when this was written. Because at this point in time, they do mention that Dr. Hartman is still missing, which gives us a potential timeline on when this was written. Alright, Fox. You ready for this?
God, the only thing creepier than one mannequin is a few dozen of the damn things.
And they're now frigging everywhere. You can look away if you need to, Draco. One of these is real, the rest aren't. Hold on, we gotta do this. No, that's good. Come on, let's take a selfie with some mannequins. What do you think? You're good? Yes, we have them literally everywhere. Now, I don't know why they duplicate. I mean, like, one thing I was thinking of was what direction are they all facing, but they don't seem to be facing the same direction in any way. Our hypothesis was that they acted as an audience for for the opera singer that was the original owner of this object, but they're not. You'd expect them to all face one direction if that was the case. Here's the real one.
New Bureau policy. No more mannequins.
Agreed. Really, Tao, if they face you if they're not on screen, okay. Didn't know that. I'll have to test that off in another playthrough. Or test that out, I should say. Alright, no known procedures for preventing the item's effect. Update on March 1990? Yeah. Lining the item's cell with newly discovered black rock has yielded positive results. Tests with other altered items. Okay, so the coolest thing about this little detail here is that in March of 1990 is when they started to implement black rock shielding, which means that the black rock quarry threshold recently manifest. I'd say probably within 6 to 12 months before this event. So we have a timeline with when the oldest house connected to the black rock threshold, or the quarry threshold. Infinite laser gun? Oh my god. Just imagine, no, Alan Wake is a flamethrower. That's what his service weapon would be. It'd be a freaking flamethrower. Alright, a wire and fabric waist mannequin. The base and head are made of stained wood. The item duplicates. The trigger for this behavior is unknown. No correlation can be found in either the number or duplication, a number of duplications that manifest during an episode, or the duration for which they last before disappearing. I have not seen the Mandela catalog. No. Alright. Seriously, when I think mannequins, I just think Silent Hill 2. I'll be 100% honest on that. Alright, so this whole section, we have P6, which is Dylan, P7, which we have no information as of now who that may be, and we have all the closed cases. So this will be P1 through 5 that are now dead leads, so to speak. That being said... guess what time it is?
I can see you're upset, Meg. Why don't you tell Uncle Mr. Bones what's wrong?
I did bad on my clairvoyance test.
You can't ace every test, Meg. You see, everyone has different brains.
As a zombie, I know good brains.
Some brains can talk to each other. We call this ESP.
ESP?
Some brains can lift objects, like a baseball. Talk about a fly ball, eh, Meg? No interruptions! So who cares if you fail your clairvoyance test? Maybe your brain can throw baseballs, or talk to dead people, or make friends blind. Once we know what your brains can do, we'll know what job to give you. And if your brains are just right, you'll get to sit in the big chair.
Ah, the big chair.
What if I don't want the big chair?
What if I don't want the big chair? Everyone wants the big chair, Meg! That's why we're all here. Use those brains to listen for once, or the only chair you'll get in is the one with straps.
Yeah, that's really how you advertise to a child that you, to instill desire to be the boss in a child is to threaten them with the electric chair. We're going to execute you if you don't want to be the director. Thank you, Uncle Mr. Bones. You'd rather have the one with straps. It's like, oh, God. I love that. Everyone wants the big chair, Meg! Yeah, I can't do that. Actually, what we need to do is get What's-His-Face from Family Guy to say that about Meg. 100%. I think that would be perfect. Alright. And another one, Bright Falls Summary. An unconfirmed threshold when was this written? It doesn't say. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington resulted in a fictional story written by the author, Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match the story, though only locally and for a limited time. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13th, 2010 by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker, see something something, that an AWE event was taking place in Bright Falls, Washington, referred to the events of investigation 1970, 1976, and 1978. Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler, Alan's literary agent, on behalf of Breaker's daughter, Sarah, who is the current sheriff of Bright Falls. A Bureau field team arrived on site 2 days later, only to confirm the event was over. Interviews were conducted, referred to the 1970s Thomas Zane, and the 1976 and 1978 Odin Anderson and Tor Anderson. Alan Wake was believed to be the instigator, something along those lines. Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, possibly an object of power, that something missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was received in the search. So they think the clicker is an object of power, which it may be. But the thing is, if the clicker was created by the story itself, is it possible for clickers, like objects of power, to literally be made manifest from means other than its normal act of creation? Again, they mention AWEs, they mention altered materials and the power of the collective unconscious being instrumental in objects of power being created. But if Alan Wake can literally create one with his writings, maybe there are a series of other altered items and objects of power that are not formed and manufactured in the same manner as the other ones. Let's go ahead and make a mess here. And you can do a dead-on Mr. Bones voice, SG. Like, I can do a few odd random voices, but one I've been working on little by little is freaking Igor from Persona 4. Is that very, like, slightly high and... it's slight, like, his tone slides around a lot, but super smooth.
I wish things had gone differently in Ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things. Finding the projector will.
I honestly couldn't tell you nothing this, because they mentioned they did search the lake, but they were not able to... they did not get into the dark place, which again... they mentioned at the threshold that this occurred while the threshold was in manifestation. So it's possible when the author is no longer there, the lake is just a normal lake. Or the threshold dissipated, kind of like with the oldest house, where sometimes thresholds will pop up and then disappear just as easily. No clue. What's up, bird? How are you doing? What's on the screens? Oh, it's just, I think it's live camera footage from the P6Ls. Because this is the P6 investigation room, so they have a bunch of stuff related to Dylan here.
Ordinary. So much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6, and the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy, so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here, and I don't want to invoke his name. It's completely different circumstances here. It's remarkable. There was an incident. Yes. We lost a valuable member of our team, yes. Excessive force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress.
That you caused.
Roberts got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Sure. Sure, darling. I 100% believe you. And I say again, literally, the person you put in charge of helping with his education created fucking the horror show that is this freaking TV show. Anyways, moving onwards. Boop. Boop. Dylan Faden transcript. It's a conversation between Dylan for review by Dr. Darling. Note, subject was alone during this outburst. You again? I thought I told you to leave me alone. 6 seconds later. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see where I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. 10 seconds later. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore. And I don't care about you. You both left me here to rot. 10 seconds later. Fuck off, you bitch. I will dig out my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. The subject repeated the phrase, fuck off, numerous times before being sedated. So, Polaris definitely was continuously trying to reach out to her, or reach out to him, but I don't know what Polaris was trying to do with him. I mean, it doesn't... Like, I just don't get it, because obviously, yeah, he can't do anything about it, so why is she consistently showing him images of his sister? Alright, P6 victim autopsy. So this is what happened to Roberts. Agent killed during something involving Dylan Faden, codename P6. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries to the head and the neck. Extensive trauma of the abdominal region. Lacerations and contusions in the upper and lower torso. Fractures of the spinal cord between L1 and L2 vertebrae. Avulsion fracture of the 3rd through 10th ribs, left and right. And avulsions are basically just means it's gone. It's literally those ribs are gone. Blunt force injuries to the extremities. Abrasions, lacerations, and contusions of the extremities. Dislocation of the left and right elbow. Dislocation of the left and right knee. After examination, it was determined that the cause of death was internal bleeding caused when the so-and-so was contorted through his so-and-so. Sometimes you think doctors and scientists are robots with little empathy. If we can get... It depends. It's a healthy balance. Like, I look at people in that type of field as a balloon full of helium. Now, those balloons can keep flying up and up and up and up and up into the atmosphere until they eventually pop from the decreased pressure, but if you have someone on the ground holding the string, you can have the balloon still float, but it's never going to fly off. You need something to ground it. Same thing with doctors and scientists in a way. You need something to keep them grounded here and not allow them to keep flying and up and up and up into the atmosphere. Thank you. Entropic Echoes. Alright, let's go check out the P7 investigation. Polaris was trying to use Dylan and then move to Jesse. Possibility. I mean, there's always the hypothesis people have that Dylan and Jesse are the same person. So it's possible that when Polaris was talking to Jesse, Dylan also got the message at the exact same time. Unintentionally, but that's more stretching it.
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
Yep, we are officially P7. Sleeping on a park bench in the library. Coffee soap! Because, you know, coffee soap is delicious. Yeah, no worries, SG. So you had a question about which part of it, SG? We now have the P7 candidate clothing.
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
Yep, I had a pretty good Easter. Got to hang out with my sister's family for a little bit. Watch the kids run around in circles. One of them's too young. He's not walking yet, but the other one is about to actually turn 5 today. Which is lovely. How and when she... Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in 2 seconds. All right, so a couple cute, cool photos here is we do have Jessie getting on a bus in Ordinary. So this is her leaving Ordinary. Remember, when we looked at the whiteboard in the research sector, we know that there was a repopulation effort going on for the town, where they were trying to get people to move back in after the whole situation in 2002, I believe, is when the Ordinary AWE occurred. Let me see, what else do we have over here? Pet a cute doggy over here. Someone trying to steal her bag, her working as a janitor like she mentioned before. And here's her meeting up with some, having what looks like a burrito with some random lady. Don't know who that is. But the biggest thing is this photo right here. So if we look at the beanie and the general clothing right there, this literally looks like the back of Beth Wilder after she'd already gone back in time in Quantum Break. This is the same beanie and the same freaking general clothing she was wearing. And if anyone is unfamiliar with that game, they are portrayed by the same actress. So this, if this is literally supposed to be Beth, this is Courtney talking to Courtney. It's weird as hell. Let me go. Actually, give me a second. Let me pull up a photo real quick. And I'll share it on screen too. Okay. Beth Wilder, Quantum Break. I want to show off both of these. Where are you? So like right here. Same type of beanie, same type of coat, same actress. If this is the case, what the hell does that mean for the Remedy Connected Universe? Who fecking knows? 6 days until your birthday? Well, happy early birthday, Val. Doing anything? Got anything fun planned for it? Yeah, so we do know for a fact that the Bureau did for a good period of time know where she was at. That being said, the only surveillance photos we have are of her as an adult. Presumably around a similar age as now. She first went missing when she was 11, and we have no photographs or at least surveillance evidence of her when she was in her early teens or even teens, which suggests to me that they didn't know where she was until relatively recently. All right, this is her movement tracking. So, eastward, movement cause for concern. Departs Cheyenne, Wyoming. Arrives in Sydney. I think that's Nebraska. Departs Sydney. I think she goes to Iowa, to Illinois, to Indiana, to Ohio, to Pennsylvania, and then makes it to New York. Now, whether Cheyenne, Wyoming was the original location where she stayed for a good period of time, which is what it sounds like, then that'll give us at least a location on her as of a month before the story begins. And this game does start on 10/29/2019. Do you think there's an AU that is the opposite, where Dylan is trying to save Jesse? Well, I'm sure there is, Oren. That there's one reality where Jesse was the one captured and Dylan was the one that ended up being running around. Virgin Strawberry Daiquiri, because I'll be turned 19. Ooh, a couple more years and you got the good Strawberry Daiquiris. Sounds tasty, though. And so Dylan discouraged them from taking her in once they caught up with her. I don't know. I don't know about that one, Tao. Like, I'd imagine that Dylan would love to have a sister here as well, but I think at a certain point he stopped giving a crap.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan, and other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted. We went inside, and that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No. Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink? Did that make you uncomfortable?
No, that's just stupid. Come on. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing.
The slide projector, let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures? Inside a painting? You know, stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
And this right here is an example of one of two things. At some point in time, we know that Jessie was in therapy. Now, I'm curious if those therapy sessions occurred in Cheyenne, Wyoming, which is her original departure point. But this is a perfect example of either a very bad therapist. This therapist is literally trying to push potential thoughts onto the patient rather than letting the patient express themselves based upon their own thoughts. You're basically tampering with the evidence, so to speak. You're taking a chemical compound and slipping something else into it by accident and going, look what I found. Well, that's not what the original thing was. You kind of influenced it. Or B, because the Bureau did get a hold of this recording, there are a couple possibilities. Either A, most psychiatric places will release evidence of weird shit to the Bureau as part of a government interagency thing, or B, this psychiatrist was literally an FBC agent planted at this facility to try to instill disinformation in Jessie. Whichever one that is, I have no idea, but you're 100% right, SG. That lady is gaslighting her. That's not how it should go. You as the therapist are not supposed to presume what's going on inside your patient's head. You're supposed to allow the patient or help the patient come to their own decisions or determination, make their own realizations. Wait, hot take there. Maybe it's a paracriminal plant that was trying to force another AWE. Possibly. Oh, dude, Bioshock is amazing with this kind of storytelling with the audio logs, too. 100%. And since everyone was talking about ages, I actually, 2 days ago on Monday was my 32nd. I'm 32 as of Monday. Okay, so now this is opened up. We can go in and out of here whenever we feel like it.
Studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
Hey, you, guess what? Okay, let's try not to get hit here. Okay, let's be perfectly honest. The spin is horrible. That's my friend. I do not want to hit him. Okay, you stop shooting. Stay alive. You're both going to be my friends. Stop fighting each other. This is not a battle royale. I'm not paying you guys to beat each other up. Anyways. April babies rise up 100%. Work dead dog work chat. I see your crappy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It's been rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. So don't go whining to me. I wish I got a patch of... I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. Yeah. Yeah, Spin needs perfect upgrades, but this one's not working. Let's switch over to the Pierce for a little bit of time. I think that's probably... That one and the sticky bombs are the worst weapons in the game for me. I could never get the sticky bombs to be viable, personally. Willow AWE shipping manifest. All right. So remember, we talked about way at the beginning of the game, we talked about the Willow AWE. Hold on. Let me see if I can flip back through my list. So this was the scissors. So remember, at the beginning of the game, we had an approved terminology reminder that when discussing this AWE, you were not allowed to use the words Alaska or scissors or anything like that. And we came to the conclusion it was a pair of scissors that would consume human blood, very much like a vampire. Anyway, so other things found at the Willow AWE were a hollow sphere, a stone-like material, vitrified soil, which I believe is due to extremely high temperatures like a lightning strike, something pieces of various sizes and colors, an animal carcass, possibly canine, which is going to be the dead dog guy I just mentioned, rusted metal bucket, leather wallet, an aged shotgun cartridge. All materials to go to the investigation sector for further analysis. Yeah, vampire scissors, nothingness. Now, that being said, the simple fact we have a giant spherical stone that's aligned with a pair of scissors that consumes human blood is a little odd. I still haven't pieced those two together and how they relate. Let's get going, though. Come on, open up. Open up. Oh, hi there. None of your shenanigans. I don't want to see that.
Dylan and I were both prime candidates. Experiments.
I'm just really curious how long it took for the Bureau to catch up with her. Because we know that she made contact with that therapist who, in some way or another, released those transcripts over to the Bureau. And most likely, that it happened in Cheyenne, Wyoming, but that means there was no point in time for them to take those ordinary photos, which means they probably knew she was there before she got to that therapist. So, like, that timeline there is something I really want to try to figure out. Goodbye. Please don't shoot me anymore. Oh, gosh. Don't blow up on me, little explodey boy. Is that it? That is it. Dude, that slam down is awesome. The only downside is you want to use it sparingly because it uses all of your energy. But if you're at the last couple of guys or you have a full ammo charge, you good. Actually, nothingness, the Willow Sphere reminds me of a completely different AWE, but we'll talk about that in a second. Literally in a second.
We're going back home.
We've done,
Of course we are.
hold on.
It started there, and it's never gone away.
Stop pretending like this is gonna hurt you, lady. You have mold immunity. Yes, we've done the safe room side mission already, which gives us the shield right here. And there is one other thing here, I believe. Or is it over here? No, it's not over there. I could have sworn there was a false wall right here. I think... Did they patch it? Because I don't remember a door being here. I thought there was a false wall that you break down. Oh, the anchor. Yes, we did the anchor already. But first things first, before we go over there, we have one hidden location. Over here. With some more Alan Wake content. Remote thought. Thank you, thank you. Typewritten page supplement. Delete, delete. This page was discovered in an instance of the Ocean View Motel and Casino that was linked to the investigations sector. The page has been pushed into the motel corridor from under the door with the symbol of the spiral. Text transcribed from the item. For 10 years, I've tried to write my escape, only sinking deeper. I used to know where fiction ends and reality begins. Here, they are all the same. It's a hideous trap, my every thought made real. Fear, desire. How could I ever know for sure I've escaped and not just lost in my own fantasy of it? That thought alone can drive you mad. The identifiable words in the scratched out portions. Falls, maybe Bright Falls. Haunting, Wake. Alan Wake. Light switch, ocean too late, and the final sentence. You've been warned. Hey, when the building gets all blocky and red, could it count as a building shift? Yeah, technically that is a building shift, but not in the sense that it's a building shift that moves the rooms around, so to speak. It just shifts the walls back into place. Semantics, but whatever. I swear there's a freaking breakable wall right here. I'm driving myself crazy. Alright, talking about that giant stone for the Willow AWE, let's head over here.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks.
And
Maybe
I
there's a
actually
control panel
can't get
nearby.
in there yet, so never mind. I take that back. Actually, before we go too much further in, I want to see if I can equip the our forged charge gun. Let's head back real quick. Stay away, you guys. I'm trying to get to the safe point. Whee! Okay, we'll do that later. Weapon forms. We can officially get the charge. And we can upgrade the charge. Yes. And we can upgrade the charge again and upgrade the spin. Oh my god, we're getting so much good stuff. We need another 20 remote thoughts before we can proceed further, though. Beautiful. First things first, let's see what else we can get for this one. Damage, 51% increase in damage. Oh my. That is not going on there. That's going to go over to Mr. Charge over here. 100%. Projectile speed. That's good. And blast radius, 62%. Give it to me. Give it to me. Alright, now let's check and see what we can give spin. Ammo cost. Let's give it the ammo cost while levitating. Because that might make it so we can shoot a little bit more. But only when we're flying. Fair enough. That might be from the AWE DLC. I remember there being a level similar to this with a false wall. I mean, there's false walls all over this game, but for some reason I distinctly remember being in this hallway, but... So you need the building shifts for your story ideas about the tower. I'm writing technically just in its infancy stage, so its emotions are going to be out of whack. Help with how I can change the room's layout. So there's multiple ways you can do it. You can have it where it's literally like a shifting house where the walls move on their own almost visibly versus they just automatically change. Or like the memory of the room changes. Like it's like the house doesn't necessarily change, but your memories of what it used to be change. If that makes sense. Alright. Let's go. We now have explosions. Can't do anything there. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bet we need some health. Stay away from me, you spike. Wait, is that a remote thought? That's a remote thought. Perfect. Let's get out of here. Finally made it to the turntable, and we are ready to move onwards and check out the ordinary AWE and get all of our backstory. Because we have been needing that backstory since the beginning of the flipping game. Work chat, teeth. Guess who just had to inspect an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy tiny little boxes? Me, that's who. And you know what's inside each one? A single human tooth. Fucking gross. I mean, yeah, I get it. That's kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder how much weird shit these people have to see. Like, we know what kind of weird shit they have to see on a daily basis, but... I mean, like, the normal weird, I should say. I don't know.
It won't rotate. Something's blocking it.
Where is it at? Or is it over here? There it is. Blow you boys up. Perfect. I mean, a Tooth Fairy AWE would make sense to me, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, human teeth nothingness. Literally just a bunch of boxes of individual human teeth. I mean, they couldn't even throw them together in one box. They individually packaged them. Why? Okay, so we cannot go in that room just yet. Damn it. Well, okay, we'll talk about the Willow AWE and that giant sphere later then. Because that's the closest connection I can make with the Willow AWE, weirdly enough. Oh god, that was bad. That was bad. I need to get some health. Go away. So this is why you don't use charged in close quarters. Because shit like that happens. And it nearly kills me every time. You're saying the false wall might be in this room? No, because I don't remember really walking down here much. I know there is a false wall here, though. But it's not the one I was thinking of. And I don't need entropic echoes. I need remote thoughts. Give me the remote thoughts. You jerk. Oh, we do have a new launch efficiency. 25 versus... Actually, that's better. That's an extra 5% decrease. Let's see what else we can get rid of up here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, good enough for now. Looking like Arsene from P5. I have not played P5 yet. Actually, just over the weekend started Persona 3. I've already played 4. I'm just starting Persona 3. Then I'm going to shoot forward and play 5 afterwards. Basically, any of the Persona games that include the Arcana social links, I'm going to be checking out right away. And as soon as I finish 5, I'll backtrack to 2 and 1. Hello there. Why are you hiding back here? That makes no sense to me. Got it. We got the power on. So far, I don't think I've beaten any bosses yet in Persona 3, Draco. I literally just got out of Tartarus for the first time. And I did 1 day of school. Basically, I met the detective who was our weapons dealer. That's as far as I've gotten. I'm not going to be able to play it at least for the next couple of weeks because I am in crunch time getting a bunch of stuff finalized for our big channel reveal. Basically, it's a full week of content, essentially. It's going to be coming up pretty soon, and I'm in crunch time getting all that prepared. That's why, Orin, I'm going to be, as soon as I finish 3, I'm going to go to 5, then I'm going to backtrack to Persona 2, and then play Persona 1 just for the fun of it, because I want to round myself out. Hey, over here, guys. Guess what? Oh, I just killed myself. Wow. See, this is why I don't use the charge very often. Because there's shit like that where you literally just kill yourself. Like, stuff like that's good, because it does a crap ton of damage. And then stuff like that where it literally just kills myself. Freaking jerks. I guess, Draco? Like, I don't remember beating any bosses. Honestly, the only enemies I fought were the standard shadows. And then, yeah, that's really about it. Okay. Kaboom. Delete. And delete. Airplane evaluation order. The airplane in question has been brought in from a private airfield located in the town of something, Cincinnati. Okay, I am writing that down. Cincinnati is the location, because this plane makes me curious. So something in Cincinnati. When we get to another location, we'll see if we can find something related to that. It is suspected to be connected to the unknown AWE. So which AW that is, no clue. And is being evaluated for altered status. The plane is currently being stored in the transit corridor in the containment sector, brought here through the New York subway tunnel. Special access, so-and-so. For more information on tunnel access, something, and links to urban legends centered on ghost stations, abandoned tracks, and something, see something file. The plane's black box is currently being evaluated for something. Initial readings have been taken by a research team, although no altered status is yet to be determined. Yeah, I don't know if it's related specifically to... Wait, it's... Okay, so located in the town of something, Cincinnati. But it was brought through the New York subway. So if it was the plane from Alan Wake, it would have been coming from Washington, so that's probably a no-go. Sammy, what do you want? Get on in here, dog. You realize you're scratching at my door? I'm gonna have to repaint that door if you keep scratching at it. don't give me those eyes. I know. How you doing, puppers? Sorry, we need to take a dog break. How you doing there, puppers? Hi. You know you have ears, right? You have big floppy ears. So, Draco, you want a Remedy cooking game? Yes, I think we need a cooking game made by... a cooking simulator made by Remedy. I would be down for this. That'd be fun. Yeah, I noticed that too, Towels. I got a slight accent when I was talking to the Sammy here. Your Sammy boys. Zoe's doing good. I think she's running around the neighborhood right now. She's outside at the moment. Alright, here we go. Oh. Hi. Hi? Hello? Oh, you saw me. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know you could see me. Goodbye. Whatever. Yeah, Zoe's the cat's name. Alright, we officially have our first ordinary AWE information. Witness testimonies. The first slide was a room with a dirty wallpaper and dolls on the shelf. There were lots of dolls. In an interview with Dylan Faden in 2002, this is when he was 10 years old. The house was empty. No one lived there. We played in there a lot. It was our secret playhouse. Jessie, in a therapy session in 2010. Okay, so 2010, she was in therapy, which is 9 full years before she arrived here at the oldest house. Which means I think she was 19 at the time, if my math is correct. I went to school with Neil. Some kids called him Nosebleed Neil. Note, likely Neil Hosenberg, missing. It was mean. He had asthma. Tom, note, likely Tom Barlow, missing, and his gang Freddy, note, likely Frederick Bartwell, missing. Hugo, note, no one by this name was found in public records, bullied him. We brought Neil to the dump to play. Dylan Faden, interview of 2002. Unconfirmed existence of an additional slide designated the house. So who the hell is Hugo? So, it just seems really odd that there'd be no public record for a child running around ordinary Maine. Who the hell is Hugo? Seriously, that's a big freaking question mark about this entire situation. And another interesting little piece here, which, let's be honest, most likely means absolutely nothing, is we have a character named Freddy named Frederick Bartwell. And if that name sounds semi-familiar, it is because Penny Bartwell is a lady who works in the Dead Letters Archive, and she started the book club where we had this weird-ass book. Now, very possibly, this is entirely doesn't mean much of anything. That's a complete coincidence that these names are the same. But it is a little bit curious. Penny Bartwell and Frederick Bartwell. Hugo is a surname and masculine given to a Germanic origin, meaning mind. The English version of the name is Hugh. The Italian version is Ugo. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for the quick etymology on that, Tao. Appreciate it. Yeah, Hugo, just, who the hell are you, bro? And why is there no record of you here? I've only heard the name Hugo in frickin' Lost, to be honest.
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating 29 years shining a light in the shadows.
Alan Wake would approve.
Thanks for staying Because here's our first caller. Hi. What I'm about to tell you, if they found out, I don't know what would happen. If who found out, brother? The men in the suits. They told me it was an industrial accident, but this is something else. Something nobody talks about. Ordinary. This certainly doesn't sound very ordinary, caller. No, not ordinary. Ordinary. It's a town. And it wasn't an industrial accident. I mean, that's what they said, but that's bullshit. Whoa, please watch the language, caller. It may be 2 a.m., but we're still a family show. I'm sorry. It's just, my brother lived there. They said the town was destroyed, but it wasn't. I went there. The people are gone, but the town's there. It's still there. So the population of an entire town disappears, yet the town remains. Tell me, was the phrase, "there is no salvation" written anywhere? I'm not sure. The same thing happened in Brazil in 23, a village called Hor Verde. More than 600 people just up and left. The government said they were fleeing guerrilla forces, but we know the truth. A mass abduction, as predicted by my regular guest, Dr. Quincy Reagan. Abduction? You mean aliens? That's bullshit! I know they're lying! Now, I warned you about the language, caller. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. And good timing, too. It's time for a short break. Hang in there. America Overnight will be right back.
Weirdly enough, that Hor Verde thing is a real thing. I just pulled it up online. So apparently on February 5th, 1923, about 600 inhabitants of that Brazilian town just vanished with no explanation. It's very similar to the Roanoke mystery here in the United States as well. But, so obviously, America Overnight here is intentionally trying to cut him off and not reveal any information about the Ordinary situation, because presumably he knows exactly what it is. The role of America Overnight is to, 1, get people to call in and give their own information, 2, to disseminate disinformation to lead people off the track, and 3, if any legitimate things pop up, just cut them off and say, nope, you're not allowed to see. You're not allowed to hear this. You're just a crazy conspiracy theorist. Alright, Ordinary Summary. An AWE occurred in the town of Ordinary caused by an object of power, the slide projector, discovered by local children at the dump outside of town. When a specific set of slides were used in the projector, the projected images opened doorways to other dimensions. Multiple slides were used by the children, resulting in the disappearance of the town's adult population. On August 30th, 2002, sibling Dylan Faden, 10 years old, CP6 materials, and Jesse Vaden, 11 years old, CP7 materials, were playing at the local dump when they found and discarded slide projector, see OOP15 case file, and Darling presentation, so-and-so for details. A team led by Director Trench and Dr. Darling arrived at the site on September 14th. The AWE had ended, but the team found the Faden children, who led them to the slide projector, and the slides, which had been burned with the exception of one. Jesse escaped when the agents attempted to detain the pair. In total, 17 surviving individuals were found in the town. All of them were brought in for questioning and tests. See interviews, so-and-so, and Prime Candidate program files. So maybe some of the other Prime Candidates were some of the other kids from Ordinary, weirdly enough. Oh, you're familiar with that one, Oren? Yeah, I've honestly, until this game, I never heard about that specific one. That specific situation, to be frank. I'll have to do more research, just, out of pure curiosity. Let me write that down. Now, someone mentioned something about Hugo. Now, what are some possibilities? If he's not an actual resident of Ordinary, but happened to be there during the Ordinary situation, maybe he has links to whoever put the slide projector there. Maybe he's an individual from one of those thresholds that the slide projector opened up to, and then pretended to be a normal citizen of Ordinary. Who friggin' knows?
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world, in the form of altered world events. These forces gravitate toward archetypal objects, a gun, a television, a supposedly haunted house. So clearly humanity affects this process. Our collective unconscious is a map of sorts, We hold the key, but we don't know how to use it. We create these archetypes through everyday life, popular culture, urban legends, but we are observing and influencing a complicated system in action. We can change the likelihood of something being a receptacle for these forces just by thinking about it. But we haven't found a method to control the outcome. And yet, there's something unique in us, in our dreams, in the conceptual reality with power with our minds. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? A byproduct, a reflection, a projection? We'll struggle to find the answers to these hard questions, or die trying.
Yeah. What was that face? He's like, "Hmm?" See, this is probably one of the most relevant Darling presentations, in my opinion, throughout the entire game, because it gets to the very root of the nature of AWEs, the very root of objects of power, the very root of altered items, about the forces our collective unconscious focuses upon. Very much like if you followed some of my Psychonauts content, I bring up the concept of egregores, which are basically the embodiment of collective focus. In simple things, it's very easy for something to be classified as an egregore. I mean, the situation we found ourselves in for the last 2 years, one could argue that this virus has become an egregore in the collective consciousness of the entire world. And I've seen articles literally just discussing that exact topic, connecting the virus to the idea of egregores, but anyways. I'm with you, Draco Fox. Like, we know that there's real, like, at least we have weird stuff in for real that we don't know what to make of them, what the explanation is. Like, if we had a time machine, we could probably figure out what was going on in these situations really quick and easy. Problem is we can't. If we can't figure it out, it's just that eternal mystery. Our mind goes to weird places trying to make explanations for it. Who knows if it has a logical one or not? It's just, we don't know. And it's fun to look into, though. The next Psychonauts video, probably June, to be honest. I'm basically taking a break, not necessarily a break from Psychonauts in general, but I am putting it on pause just so I can replay the game, get all my notes collected, and start working on new content for the second game. That being said, there's something else I want to try to do first as well, which will, at the end of the day, make the content for Season 2 of Psychonauts that much greater, to improve the content of the video quality. And I'm working on something on that. I want to get that wrapped up first before I start working on Psychonauts again. Anyways, so this is Ordinary AWE Stage 4.A. Jesse and me followed the dung monkeys to the cave. There was a lot of them. More of the kids from town had joined up. It was really scary. Jesse grabbed the projector and we ran as fast as we could. They chased us. I fell and hurt my knee. Jesse tried to help me, but the dung monkeys were coming. They were just about to get us, but then Neil showed up. Neil looked like a dog, like a melted dog, but I knew it was him. Neil said a lot of times he didn't like being a boy because Tom just beat him up. I think he liked being a dog. Dylan Faden interview in 2002. The projector would not turn off, so we changed the slide to the hand. I heard her immediately. She promised to help. Jessie, therapy session 2010. Jessie said we should call her Polaris. It's because she was doing stars in school. Dylan in 2002. Extrapolated information. Additional slide designation hand is verified and in Bureau possession. Unconfirmed existence of a paranatural entity designated Dog Neil. Poor Dog Neil. I really want to see either a TV show, a film, or at least like a written book centered on the Ordinary AWE that gives us all the details, because this is such a fascinating point in time, and we barely get any information on it other than what we find in this area. Like, I want to see it fully realized. Like, imagine like a Stephen King style film focused only on Ordinary to AWE. That would be, in my opinion, an amazing way for Remedy to, one, give us more backstory, but two, propose Remedy stories in a medium other than video games that would attract audiences from outside of the gaming community. There's another reason why it's called the hand towel. We'll talk about that in a second. You want to learn about collective unconscious and other Jungian concepts? You know, any good books for a start? Honestly, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. The conscious. Let me see. What's the name of the book? I think it's like Symbols of the Unconscious or something like that. I mean, you can get Psychology of the Unconscious. You can also get Aeon, written by Jung himself. I mean, if you want to look into Jungian psychology, then going to Carl Jung himself would probably be a great place to start. Aeon would be a good starting location, but I'd also check out Psychology of the Unconscious. Hold on, what's this other one? Or Archetypes, or The Archetypes and the Collective Unconscious would be another good one to start off with. I think getting a basic idea on his philosophies and theories would be a good place, and then move on from there. I have Aeon, I've read it. I have the Black Books by Carl Jung, and I also have the Red Book. I'm working on my collection of his, though. Anyway, sorry, getting back to the game. Okay. After what happened at school to Mrs. Chester, we started spying on Tom and saw where they took the projector. Dylan faded in 2002. Now, this may be completely irrelevant, but I think it's funny that we have a Mrs. Chester here at an AWE event in relation to Chester Bless. Now, most likely this means absolutely nothing other than the name Chester is used twice. I'm going to say 90% chance this has nothing to do with anything, but I just wanted to bring it up. Tom and his troglodytes were using the Sled Hill Cave as their headquarters. That's where the projector was. They'd been using the temple slide. We call it that, but really it was a broken concrete thing like a warehouse or a bomb shelter or something. Very dark. The Knot Mother lived there with her babies. Children? I don't know. She was feeding Tom and the others her milk. They were changing into little monsters. We called them dung monkeys. Unconfirmed existence of an additional slide designation, the temple. Unconfirmed existence of a paranatural entity designation, the Knot Mother. Oh, you watched Matt's video series on, or Max's video series on Aeon? Yep. It's really good. I started that, and then I wanted to read the book before I finished a series on it. If anyone wants a quick crash course, definitely check out Max's series. It's awesome. A comic book for the ordinary AWE. I think that'd be fun, but in terms of expanding the audience of Control and Remedy in general, I think some medium that is more, I hate to say it, mainstream might do it service. Because comic book readers, for this one specifically, unless you're a game fan, you're not going to really read the comic. But at least if they released a film, it would bring in people who are not fans of the game, or at least are not aware of the game, I should say. But one interesting thing I want to point here is the Knot Mother. So she feeds the other kids her milk, and we can imagine how messed up that is in our heads, and that turns them into monsters. Now, simply by using the term Knot Mother, it reminds me of the character from Coraline, from one, the other mother. But two, I get the impression this is kind of a devouring mother archetype. Now, what the devouring mother essentially is the mother archetype who's very nurturing, takes care of the young, but she never allows the children to ever leave her care. They're never allowed to leave the nest. She basically forces them to remain as infants for their entire lives. And that's the impression I get off of the Knot Mother. We good.
Annie will evaluate evaluation of Dylan Faden, formerly P6, performed by Dr. Carla Vaughn. The questions asked here correspond to the 5th iteration of the Gunner's psychological assessment. Are you ready, Dylan? Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
Where's Casper?
Dr. Darling is out of the building today.
He's never out. He didn't want to come, did he? He never visits, not since Roberts. Tell Darling it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it yet, but I can now. I learned. Will you tell him?
In a single word, describe the world around you.
A prison. A cold, empty prison. Not even a poster on the wall.
What is the next number in the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
18.
What day is it today?
How the hell would I know? It's not like you give me a calendar.
You find a rabbit in the woods. It is breathing, but not moving. You cannot see any blood. What do?
Leave it.
Expand on that.
It doesn't matter. The rabbit's not real. None of it's real.
What day is it today?
Do you enjoy asking people questions that can't be answered? Is this what gets you up in the morning? What you dreamed of doing as a scared, stupid little girl?
Can you describe a dog to me?
In Ordinary, we had a friend. Nosebleed Neil. And when it all went crazy, you know what I mean. Nosebleed Neil turned into a dog. Or something like a dog.
What day is it tomorrow?
Fuck off! I don't know! There is no calendar! How can I fucking know?
Dylan, calm down.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck Casper! Hey! Are you watching this, you old fuck? Did you send your bitch because you're too scared of me? Where is Casper?
Security, get a team in here. I need...
Well, we never know if, what happened to Carla right here. We never get the conclusion of this little plot line. And I wish I kind of cleansed this control point before we listened to that, because then we would have to listen to that me in the background the entire flipping time. I mean, if we're going to look at a recent gaming history, I'd say a very good example of a Devouring Mother archetype in video game literature is Freya from God of War 4, actually. She is a perfect example, and spoilers for that game, she basically made it so her child could never feel pain. And would rather allow herself to be murdered by him than let him leave her all-embracing care, so to speak. That's literally her entire plot, is being a devouring mother. We don't need any more jukebox tokens, but we do need some more source material, actually, weirdly enough. And this is what happens when you make them watch Threshold, kids. I 100% agree. Okay, moving onwards. We jump. So this area is literally just a bunch of reading, I'll be 100% honest. Most of this area is just reading. Carlos, how you see the majority of therapists. I mean, like, I've known good therapists in the past. At least people who have practiced. But that was more on a personal level, like friends of mine, family friends of mine who have worked in the industry. But in terms of being on the receiving end of a practitioner, I've never been, so I couldn't really say much past that. Anyways, Ordinary AWE Stage 1.B. The second slide we called The Meadow, but it really was just an empty lot with a bunch of weeds. There's a shack and a phone line. It smelled like flowers there. It was powerful, intoxicating. We had crazy dreams there. It must have been because of the smell. I didn't like it. Didn't like losing control. In the dreams, everything was melting, and then when it would come out, everything had melted around the projector. Therapy session for Jesse. Neil was really into it. We found out he'd been coming there more and more on his own. Then Tom beat the secret out of Neil and found the projector. He and his goons took it. I like her language, goons, troglodytes. She's it's very 90s kid language. Anyways, Jesse Therapy Session 2010. We thought Neil had gotten lost inside of the meadow when Ton changed the slide, but that's not what happened. Dylan, 2002. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide designated the meadow. So how I look at the meadow slide threshold is obviously they're getting the scent is drugging them up and making them going on having hallucinations, like drug fueled hallucinations. It reminds me of the poppy field in Wizard of Oz, where she passes out in the poppy field from everything and starts having weird stuff. Anyways. We went in and met Polaris, like a star. She told us we were special. She made us special. Sorry, she made us special. It felt like being born, or reborn, the world fading in for the first time. Familiar, but somehow different. Jesse Therapy Session 2010. Polaris told us how to turn off the projector. The dung monkeys and the Not Mother were coming straight at us. Dylan was crying. I turned it off, and they were gone. It was over. I took all the slides and burned them, all except for the hand. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity designated Polaris. Which, it's mentioned in, I think, a couple of documents back that she named it because they were doing stars. Well, Polaris is another name for the North Star, aka literally the guiding star, but also it can refer to Polis or Cous in Greek mythology, who is the Titan of the North, and Polis being the axis of heaven, the point in which all things revolve around. Remember, this will be important later and will be on the final. The axis of heaven, the point where all of the stars and all of the constellations revolve around a single point. Around one constant they revolve. Remember that. And weirdly enough, the Nordic god Tyr is also aligned with Polaris, the North Star.
Let's see what they have on Ordinary. It's all here. Our home, our school, the woods, the dump.
They literally made a recreation in pop-up cardboard and little sheets of plywood. They should do a projector DLC. That'd be fun. They're not going to be doing anything more of this game, though. Control's not going to have any more DLCs. We're just going to have to wait for any sequels or spin-offs to come out. How would they do the Not Mother and the Dung Monkeys? We got this teacher. I have no idea. CG's amazing these days, but I'd love to see what kind of monster design they can make up for the Not Mother. That'd be so much fun. Tom and the others had gotten worse, scarier. The math teacher, Mrs. Chester, tried to make them listen, and they pushed over a piano on her, broke her legs. Then Tom bashed her head in. Bye-bye, Mrs. Chester. I always liked her. I liked math. Dylan. That was the tipping point. It was Lord of the Flies level bad. The grown-ups realized something was wrong. The police came and literally dragged Tom and Hugo and the others away. Tom was screaming that the Not Mother would make them all go away. They enacted a curfew for every kid in Ordinary. Mom and Dad were pissed, asking us about the dump, about everything. I remember wanting them gone, like Tom had said. When we woke up the next morning, pretty much all the adults had just vanished. Was I responsible? Did I don't know. Jesse in therapy. Disappearance of majority of Ordinary's population confirmed to result from the slide projector related AWE. Now, if the Not Mother legitimately did this, then it's very possible it's simply that I am the only paternal figure that needs to exist in this entire town. So no other parents are necessary. Alright. Oh, there we go. Hey, guess up. What's up, guys? Boom! I love the charge. Now that I have plenty of room to fly around in. Hey, you! Oh, that missed. I literally just blew that up on myself and got stuck in a corner. Hi there. Honestly, I kind of need a freaking charge right now for that. Boom.
We found the slide projector in the dump outside town. Did they recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
Sure. Maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's get moving forward. Because I know there's a lot of other slides they probably went in and out of, but we never really get more information on it. I am not the suicide bomber persona. Don't worry, Draco. Luckily, the oldest house fixes all damage we deal to it.
They say when you visit your childhood home, everything feels small. Like a miniature, not real. They got that right.
But the oldest house will fix this place up eventually. All we gotta do is teleport once and it'll be all good. We don't know what happened to the adults at all, Orin. They never explain where they went. I mean, it's possible they were sucked up into one of the thresholds, and then after the slides were burned, they're pretty much trapped there. It's possible they were killed. It's possible they... Like, it just... There's no info on it.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very well. The poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing. Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No. No. Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris. She's come back. After a long time, she's calling me. In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown? That you believe Polaris caused?
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it. She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse...
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there. Agents from... I don't know exactly, but they took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking. Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
Again, Thomas Zane references here. And to answer your question, Isaac, no, the Bureau, as far as I'm aware, has no clue who Thomas Zane is. And that's largely because Zane literally wrote himself out of all existence. He made it so him and all of his works never existed in the first place. That being said, it begs the question, how does Jesse know about this? Now, there's only two possibilities. Per some documents found in Alan Wake's American Nightmare, it's described that the only two times that an individual can be aware of changes to reality is either A, if they're directly caused by the changes, or directly involved in the change itself, And we have no evidence that Jesse was ever involved in that. Or B, something left behind through the loophole that Thomas Zane created, aka stuck inside of a shoebox. It's the same situation where Samantha Wells, when she bought a house in Ordinary, found the shoebox in her attic, found poems by Thomas Zane. No one else knew who the hell he was, but she found his letters, and now she does know of him. And Jesse used to live in Ordinary, so the question is, well, maybe by living there, she at some point came across it. I mean, the slide projector potentially could have been her involvement with changing reality, and that could have shifted it, but it would still need her to be aware of it in the first place, so there had to be some direct contact in some form or another. What that direct contact was, who knows? Maybe Polaris knows of it, and that's why Jesse does, because Polaris is in her head. I mean, it really is kind of hard to say. And to comment on your comment, Bep, I don't think in Alan Wake 2 the Bureau is going to be an antagonist, only because Jesse is running the show, which means they would... Actually, I take that back. There is a potential for that. Okay, so my original thought pattern was that Jesse, since she's running the Bureau, and she's aware of Alan and his situation, that she would not see him as a threat. The problem is if we are still in a building lockdown by the time Alan Wake 2 happens, that means no information is coming in and out of the oldest house, which means all the agents who are not here have no clue about the change of director and have no clue about anything, essentially. So they never get Jesse's orders to stand down on Alan. Because we know there's the Cauldron Lake monitoring station, we have the satellite facility. There's a couple of other, and there's some international locations as well. And I don't think that they have anything ready. You guys, look, I got the box glitch! I got the box glitch! Woo! Damn it. Get back in the box. Get back in the box. Yeah, we got it! We got it! If only we had some cat ears, that would make that even better. Ordinary supplement. Details are largely based on interviews conducted with Dylan Faden. See interviews blank and blank for relevant information. And the obtained therapy sessions of Jesse Faden, as well as circumstantial evidence found at the Ordinary site. Note that accounts provided by all three sources contain conflicting data. Example, Dylan claims that there were 8 slides for the projector, while Jesse mentions 9. The Bureau found 1 intact slide and the burnt remains of 6 others. Unfortunately, these slides are too badly damaged to be used in the projector. Now, this little section right here about Dylan only seeing 8 while Jesse sees 9, weirdly enough, this might suggest that Dylan and Jesse might be from different realities. Now, bear with me. If the first slide took Jesse into an alternate reality where the slide projector exists and she had a brother, then from Dylan's perspective, Dylan, who did not exist in the original reality, would only have perception of 8 slides, where Jesse had the first one, which led her into that reality. Again, who fucking knows? Yeah, and sorry about that, Isaac. I'm the one who accidentally mentioned that spoiler. That's on me. I apologize. I'm breaking my own rules. I need to go in timeout now. Alright, notes. Dr. Darling has ordered that the entirety of the Ordinary town dump be brought to the Bureau for examination and analysis, with the hopes of finding additional slides or other altered materials. Due to the limited space in the investigation sector, this AWE will be investigated in the containment sector. Alright, coming up on it. Thank you for calling me out, Isaac. Everyone who just heard that, just delete it from your minds. You never heard anything. You never heard anything. Never ever.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
I mean, they do have that subway transit system that they could use. That's how they got the plane here. Alright, the dump cessation of work order. By order of Dr. Darling, all work in the ordinary dump is to stop effective immediately. Resources will be allocated to the Dimensional Research Department, maybe. Details will be forthcoming. This area will be sealed off at the end of the month. Please remove all personal effects before that time. Any photographic slides, the types used in slide projectors found in the area, should be delivered to Dr. Darling immediately. So at some point they said, you know what, pack up, we're not going to stay here anymore. Alright, let's do this. Perfect. Okay, we need to get a better location for this, because standing on the ground level here is a pain. There we go. Hey, all you down there. Aw, it must suck for you guys. You can't fly. Goodbye. Goodbye. Alright, let's get back to over there. Oh, wow! Oh, I almost just killed myself. Gotcha. Whew. We got all those exploding boys. Let's switch over to these. Where are you at? Like, the great thing is these things can literally, like, one-shot these boys. Oh. Bring it on, boy. Come on, dodge, dodge, dodge. There you go. Perfect. Bring it on, come on.
We should check that lab.
Do you think Jesse escaped from the asylum? The therapist said Jesse could not leave. I mean, it's possible she escaped. It's possible Polaris helped her. It's possible that the therapist did not want to let her leave, but they could not hold her against her will. I mean, I'd have to look and see what laws are over in Wyoming. That is if my hypothesis that the hospital that she was in is in Cheyenne, Wyoming. But again, there's no confirmation that that is the case. It just makes sense based upon contextual evidence. New album cover. Rebirth. Greatest hits. The Old Gods of Asgard. Best band. Hell yes. Old Gods of Asgard kick ass. I was 9 or something when I found my dad's Old Gods albums. I became a huge fan instantly. Jesse Faden. Damn straight, girl. And in case anyone does not know, the real-life band behind the Old Gods of Asgard is Poets of the Fall. And if you did not know already, I did just release a video specifically about the Old Gods of Asgard. Or, sorry, about Poets of the Fall and their latest music video. I hope Balance Slays the Demon is there. Okay. Globe supplement. So remember, this is the globe that makes you feel a little disassociated with your environment, but also has landmarks that don't exist on Earth, specifically one called a city called Tanrelia, which is not a real place. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, more about the globe though. The item was found in the penthouse suite at so-and-so Toronto belonging to David Wolf, who is being investigated for illegally dealing in altered materials. Bureau agents raided his penthouse and found numerous supernatural belongings, including this, and that, and this item. Mr. Wolf was arrested. So this is another example here of a black market trade of altered materials and paracriminal organizations. David Wolf being looks like a black market broker for these materials. And he was later arrested by the Bureau, and we don't know what happened to him after that. But there was a newspaper article from the Toronto Daily that came out after the fact. So why would a 36-year-old Bay Street investment trader, filthy rich, married to a model, disappear overnight? That's the question that keeps Toronto high society up at night this past week. Police say it's being looked into. Some nutjob radio show in the States claims he disappeared to join the Illuminati, but that's the reporter's opinion that Mr. Wolf, bored of his job, sick of his family, left it all behind to retire in some remote beach paradise. Now he's sipping Mai Tais while the world thinks he's dead. And presumably, the Bureau never let Mr. Wolf go. Talk about civil due process and all that fun stuff. Holy shit. Anyways, cool little detail here is they do talk about America Overnight. The nut job radio show was basically trying to put out disinformation saying that Mr. Wolf went to join the Illuminati. So the Bureau is putting that information out to try to send people down an empty rabbit hole. No, we have not done the third expeditions yet. I was actually going to finish off the stream on that one. I was going to finish off the stream doing the final expedition run through. That being said, let's head on into one of Dr. Darling's mobile labs.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Okay. So this one, unfortunately, did have a lot more content than that. So let's watch the whole thing. There's a lot more in this than just what...
Dylan's a lost cause.
Here we go.
I know I struggled to see this, but we've contained him now. I wish I had sided with Marshall back when it was just one person. So many dead. I thought his youth was an asset. Just too much too soon.
So that's the missing part right there. We don't know how many people he killed. I presume Carla probably got killed after that interview. We don't have any definitive evidence, but it makes sense to me if that was the case. Yeah, it's not really the sale of altered items specifically, Draco Fox. It's the sale of altered materials, which are these right here. Are crafting. These are conceptual materials. It's the stuff we use to craft our mods, and it's also suggested to be instrumental in the creation of altered objects and altered items and objects of power. So these right here are an ingredient in their creation, and people will sell them, therefore artificially creating altered items. Now, again, that's more of a tinfoil hat theory of mine personally, but if you want to have some more details on that, you can check the top right. I'll go ahead and throw... So it was at 159.40. 5940. You can go ahead and check the top right. I'll put a card there linking out to a video specifically about altered item creation. But we'll go from there. Yeah, Carla was the scientist in the Darling videos that Dr. Tan, our boy Hubert, tried to ask out and got rejected. That's Carla. But I presume she was the one that was interviewing Dylan before he went on his rage out, and presumably he killed her. Let's go ahead and switch this out to our damage boost. That being said, we also have a board hotline. You have heard wrong, fake news. The board is A-OK intact. The rebel faction, Dissent, is former fired. The crisis purge is over. This is not a matter worry for you. You can hang up now. Please? Again, the board really does not want us to talk to the former, which was a former member of the board and has since been purged from its ranks. When this purge happened? No freaking idea. Yeah, I just saw your comments out. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so that's going to be it in this area for the time being. Hold on, let's stop and pop and fly it up. Actually, let's not end this off on the expeditions, but let's go ahead and do expeditions right now anyways. Boom, we can now seize large enemies, including those Healy boys. Let's upgrade the spin. Perfect. So we need one more untapped potential, though. Oh gosh, I don't know why I'm so yawny. It's only 8:30 and I'm already out of it. Then again, I was pretty much all day I had a splitting migraine. I almost canceled the stream because probably around noon today, I almost went home sick. I could not see I was starting to get nauseous. Or nauseated, I should say. Like, I don't get migraines very often, but when they do, it's just like, ugh. Knocks me out. Let's see if anyone's got new conversations.
Never thought I'd be working in the executive sector.
You're
Look at me
moving
now,
on up. Yeah, you're moving on up there, dude. No, you got no more.
I have to go.
Me too.
Hi.
Hey, Poe. Oh, we got some new info. What's up?
Do you remember Mr. Tomasi, the
Yes.
head of communications?
Yes.
The hiss he was changed into showed up in containment, near the turntable.
I'll take care of it.
That thing's not getting away this time.
I've heard reports about his particular use of language and intonation when repeating the hiss babbling. The biological and behavioral distinctions between different hiss-corrupted individuals is truly fascinating. I wonder if I could categorize the data.
And she's already off on her own thing.
Yep.
I've been seeing these Darling presentations all over. Seems like he enjoys the limelight.
So you noticed, huh? When he recruited me out of college, he actually came to visit. He interrupted my physics course by shouting, not quite, Professor, and then marching down to the front of the class where he proceeded to berate the very idea of laws of thermodynamics. Hey, he's been a showboat all his life.
Darling visited you in college?
Yeah, he read a paper I'd published, came to recruit me for the Bureau. I accepted and then spent years waiting for access to the confidential research that Darling promised me. And whenever I ask about my access level, he just mumbles that it's temporarily postponed and then changes the subject to the effect of entropy on luck.
I wonder who else Darling hid his work from. Marshall? Trench?
Maybe it's just me. I don't remember these 3 dialogue options with her. Like, I just... The conversation... Like, maybe I'm dumb and completely skip these every time I played this. But then again, I can't blame Darling. I mean, I distinctly remember back in 6th grade when I literally had to raise my hand and be, sorry, teacher, you're wrong on that. Because she brought up something to do with classic literature and mythology, and I'm like, and even when I was freaking 11 years old, I'm like, no, that's wrong. I've been that guy since I was in elementary school. That's correct. Anyways, moving on.
Have you learned anything about Dylan's condition? Only that he's definitely hiss, but I guess his chanting made that pretty obvious. You know, interestingly, the words of the hiss incantation have an average length of 4 letters. The most common word used 7 times is want. The next most common are through and time. It's very interesting, don't you think?
I don't care about the words. What about my brother?
Right. Sorry, I got a little off track. Well, strangely, his tissue samples all look healthy, unlike the other hiss I've tested.
That's good news. Right?
Yeah, I probably just missed these, I suppose.
I wanted to talk to you about the crazy things I can do. My abilities. I get the sense that they're not very usual around here.
Well, usual and unusual aren't really benchmarks at the Bureau, but for some perspective, Director Northmore once used the floppy disk to send a bowling ball 6 yards through the air, and that was considered a huge deal. So compared to that, you are most certainly an outlier.
An outlier. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, because, like, some of this seems familiar, but I don't, like, all of her other dialogue options throughout the game I know inside and out, but these ones, I think I heard them once, and then, like, 2 years ago, and then forgot that I ever heard them. That's entirely my bad. Alright. So we do have a couple missions we need to take care of. First things first is return to Langston. Then we're going to go take care of Mr. Tomasi, which he's still running around. So what do you guys think? P7 clothes? Let's play around with P7 clothes for a little bit. First things first, executive sector, or not executive sector, Jesus. Expeditions. Tier 3. Let's go. Player weapon damage excluding shatter, enemy resistance to all weapon damage. Yeah, no, I'm not doing this one. I'm not doing that one. That is a horrible setup. So my ammo recovery is doubled. My weapon damage is decreased excluding the pierce. I can get behind that. So as long as we use the pierce weapon, we're good. Wait, did I actually use that? I don't remember. My brain is... I don't even remember half the stuff I did nothingness, I'll be honest. Okay, first things first. So we're going to need to switch out charge with pierce. Headshot damage. Let's go ahead and change out the damage boost with pierce for the headshot damage, because this way we at least have guaranteed damage versus potential damage. Alright, let's go. But we have double the speed. Yeah, we'll basically have infinite ammo with the pierce, which is good. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, tier 3 is nuts, and I think this is about as good as it's gonna get, but the weapon accuracy might be a pain. I'll be honest. Specifically in Area 3 when we have to stand still and get all the beacons. But We'll see what happens. Alright, let's go. Come on, you're gonna be my friend. Hi there. Luckily, our damage is still the same with the launch. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. This is gonna suck. Where did that big guy go? Where did the big boy go? Get over here. Here he is. Got it. Where? There. Damn it, shithead. Got it. Phase 1 done. Let's get out of here. Round 2, let's go. Oh my god. Whoa, that's bad. Get the health, get the health, get the health, get the health. Move! Okay, I need to move out of this room real quick. There's way too many explosions going on. Dog, what are you doing? There you are. That's not going to help us in the slightest. Actually, I want you to be my friend. You will be a good friend. What happened? What glitch happened in the last stream? I don't even remember what we did in this last time. I think we're really going to have to rely on... Oh, hi there. Let's move out of this location. This feels like a bad place. This is a bad place to be. Alright. Wow, I'm missing like freaking... Oh my god, die. Shit. Wow. That broke my shield in one shot. Shit. Need some health. Where's some health? There's some health. Where's that ad? There he is. Bro! What the hell? I wasn't fucking shooting. Motherfucker. Sam, what? Oh god, I think it's the cat now. Fuck. Stop whimpering, dude. I need to wait. Okay, hold on. I need to wait for this. Cat! Zoe, I know you want inside. Let me pause it before. Oh my god, animals. Give me a second. All the animals are freaking out on me. Dog, it's okay. Gosh. Literally, everyone just started jumping me off the last time. Alright. Okay, round 2. Actually, I don't even know if we can pull this off with this instance. Only being able to use the Pierce is not helpful. I think I might abandon this one. Let's keep trying until we get a more beneficial. And that's 5 minutes we lost. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off. Nah, I'm not going to use aim assist on this. As much as I would absolutely love to. What's the point of that? Player and enemy weapon damage is down by 85%, but then we increase enemy and player weapon damage by 150%. Why? I mean, I guess. This isn't good, but it's not bad. It's basically the exact same game. It's the exact same. It's basically like we had no changes. It's just everybody deals less damage. Freaking stupid. Okay, so let's switch the Pierce out. Let's switch on a damage boost there. And then go back over to our time-honored traditional Shatter. And give us the damage boost there. Yeah, like, this just sounds like a dumb modification. Sam! Oh my god, dog. Wow. Come inside. Stop. Why is everybody trying to go crazy? I love you, dog, but come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's technically not the same damage because it's minus 85%, which means we all only deal 15% damage, and then 150% increase. Is it calculated where it's 150% over the 15, so we really only have like 25% or 22.5% of the original damage? I think that's how they're calculating it. Yeah, so it's technically everyone only deals 22.5% of the original damage. Nah, I'm still dealing decent damage, so who knows? Should I be a jerk and just equip a second damage mod to my grip? And just let those stack? I think I'm going to. I'm going to be an asshole. Alright. Yeah, let's go with that and deal crazy amounts of damage with the grip. Not bad. Okay, I need to shift positions. This is not a good location to be stuck in. Yeah, this is so much easier than the last one. Just being able to use my normal weapon and not using Pierce. Yeah, it depends on how they calculate the stacking damage. Because I think it's 40% increase from my base stats, not 40% increase from my existing weapon damage. Hi there, guys. Let's just stay up here, away from shitheads. I mean, we don't want to be down to the same level as these shitheads, do we? Ow! Oh my god, I dropped that at the exact wrong time. Shit, let me take care of these guys before I go back down there. Whoa! You thought you had me there. You thought you were being sneaky there, you little shit. Get back up here. Get back up here. Oh, yeah. Now you're running away? I mean, I would too. If it was me, I'd run away too, but no. You don't get the privilege of running away from me. Got it. Okay, well, I am gonna run right back up here. Ugh. Got it. Got it. We're almost down to 20 minutes, so we gotta get moving on this. How many more? Oh, we got one over here. Got it. Let's get out of here. I mean, Shield Barrage, personally, I've always found use for the shield abilities after we get the Shield Dash. Shield Barrage by itself, it's semi-decent. It helps with shields. Yeah, exactly. Now that I have the ability to seize all the frickin' Healy orbs, they vanish. Whoa. That just literally glitched me through the... or zipped me through the frickin' geometry right there. Alright, let's get out of here and do this. Luckily, we have a little bit more shield... Actually, no, I don't think I invested more into shield defense. I should, though. Oh, great. We have fucking invisible boys. That's not good. Dead. Run. Got it. Keep spinning. Keep on spinning. Now that's a freaking Healy boy right there. Perfect. Got it. Run. Oh my god, we have fucking... That is gonna be tough. Fuck. Oh my god. Yeah, having it... Oh god, now we got explodey boys. Got it. Run. That could have ended badly, but having a sniper with this amount of difficulty, that's bad. They can, like, one-shot me. I mean, the shield, like, the debris chuck for the shield, it's really only good if you're super up close and personal with the enemies. If they're far away, you don't really get much, but if they're right in your face, that's why personally, I always combine the shield abilities with the shatter, because shotguns are going to be up close and personal too. So if you merge those two together, it's a viable strat. But if you try to do the shield barrage with any other weapon type, it's not really that useful. Alright, let's not do this area first. There it is. Oh boy. At least they're at a distance. Come on, let's get this one. And good. Perfect. Run. Nope. Whoa! Holy crap, the accuracy on that was bullshit. Okay. So I know where the last one is. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get rid of any kills on those guys while the shield is here. And I have no clue where the shield guy is at, so I'm not even going to attempt to grab it. Wait, they're not here. Where is it? Shit, where is the last one? Oh my god, this is bad. Here it is. Fingers crossed. If they show up behind that corner, I'm gonna have to do something about it. Perfect. We good. Get away. Let's go. Okay, so we just need to get the furnace section done, and then we face our invisible boy, and we are done! Okay, so there's one right there. Where are the other two? Okay, there's two I see, I think. Crap. I don't see these things. Two, there's the second one. You know, I've never thought about using the dual chuck with these. Oh, hello there. Ooh, that's gonna be good. You come to me now. Oh, crap! There we go. Hi there. Bye-bye now. Alright, we officially have permanent heals for the time being. Got it. Let's go. But I never thought of using the triple C's and not C's, fuck, launch in this scenario before, but hey, apparently it kind of works. I've just never thought about it, Isaac. It's probably a viable strat. I've just never done it. Where are you? There you are. Damn it. Come on. Oh, there you are. I see you. Let's get the little boys out of here. Nope. Nope. Perfect. And now, phase 3. Over here? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Done. Alright, what did we get for this round? One, we got the expedition gear. Nice. And damage tier 5. We got a tier 5 damage. That is awesome. Are you talking about the invisible guys there, Dracofox? Yeah, invisible guys, they basically just flip invisible, run around, and then just vomit all of your face. Yep. Alright, so now that we got that one, let's go ahead and switch the damage boost there to the damage 61% increase and a 51% increase. Let's pop you up to the 40% on the shatter. And then spin. Let's be nice and give it a damage boost. That might help it out a little bit. Nice. Alright, we're all done with expeditions. And just to celebrate, let's throw on our expedition gear. I like this one, to be perfectly honest. It's fun. Makes me feel like I'm on a mission. Alright, other thing we need to do is head back to Ati's office and see what else we got going there. Oh, it's only this one, Dracofox, that clones themselves and spits out little mini versions of itself. I mean, it's nowhere else in the game do the histostorted do that. And delete. Alright, let's go check this out. Honestly, what I really want to get for the grip right now, though, is to replace this damage with a fire rate increase. Because this is great and all, but if you can get a fire rate increase for a regular handheld, oh my god. I mean, just doubling the fire speed will literally give you 200%, like a 100% increase in damage by itself. Hey there, Ati, my man. How you doing? Listen to that music, you got that foot bumping. I gotcha. What a mess.
More of it. This thing is completely leaving from the mitten. Perkele. Saatana. Helvetin helvetti. Loma tulossa ja tällaista paskaa.
I feel exactly the same. Alright, so I guess we're going to do a few side quests. First things first, let's go ahead and turn in Langston's Runaways, and then we'll take care of the mold. Oh, my back is hurt. I need to crack my back as soon as we're done with stream. You wish the Ultimate Edition contained all content. It's stupid that I have to hex edit the game EXE even with the Dr. Takui missions aren't in the PC version. I don't know why the Dr. Takui versions are only in the PS4. It's a PS4 exclusive. I don't know why they did that. It just seems like an odd creative choice. Like, I know that's the one where they had Hideo Kojima cameo as the character, but still, it's... Why not give people access to it? I wonder if they just kind of forgot about it when they went to do the PC port. I have no idea. Like, the one DLC, or the pre-order outfit, I never managed to get my hands on either.
Every altered item on your list is now back in the Panopticon, safe and sound.
That's a load off my mind. Missing altered items don't exactly reflect well on me, you know. Did they give you any trouble?
The Flamingo pulled me into the astral plane just like the fridge did. That same creature was there.
I was looking over the old activity reports, and multiple items have been displaying much more destructive behavior in the past few weeks. There's some connection there, I bet, but it's a bit above my pay grade.
Well, something to keep an eye on.
And if I have any more runaways, I'll know just who to call.
I guess this is my life now.
Okay. So he does mention that other altered items have been showing more dangerous abilities too, so I'm curious if the former touched upon those. You very much doubt it. 505 made sketchy excuses for not providing a free PS4 to PS5 upgrade. Really? Dude, that sucks. Does 505 have something with Sony? Is that what the situation is with PS4? Like, I don't know. Like, I can't figure out what that situation is.
Do you often see people with abilities like mine?
We have some paranaturally inclined agents at the Bureau. Nothing as impressive as you, though. Of course, we did have your brother here. He got a special cell up top. Darling put his own people in charge. Like I couldn't be trusted. I couldn't even get into the room. In my own panopticon. I tell you, the way that Darling runs things, there ought to be an investigation. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I still can't get a PS5, which is frustrating. My roommate has one, though, so if we ever did need one for the channel, either for stream or for a game that I need to record assets on, I could basically just grab his PS5 and take care of it that way, but I'd like to have my own.
Do you know anything about an object of power called the slide projector?
Doesn't ring a bell, but Trench's chosen few never tell me anything. Not that I'm complaining. The inner circle works non-stop. I'm pretty sure Darling sleeps under his desk. No, thank you. I have a cat to feed.
I hope Langston's got a pet sitter.
Langston's cat, you say?
Have you ever seen an AWE?
Not out in the field. The AWEs are just altered items doing their thing. The Bureau goes in, locks everything down, and then they bring me back some clock or a gumball machine that made the town blind or something.
Just like an ordinary, with the slide projector.
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall's nice enough. A little too special ops for me. Solves everything with a bullet. Respect and ritual will placate altered items better than any gun.
How's that?
Some people believe altered items are conduits to extra-dimensional forces which require ritualistic worship to be appeased. It's just a theory I heard. I don't know much about it.
I feel like he's a few minutes away from a rant about elder gods and blood rites.
Honestly, I wish I remembered that line of dialogue right there when I was talking about... Oh my god. Honestly, that could have helped me with one of the lectures, because I completely forgot about that line of dialogue from him. Yeah, I've heard that theory. I don't know where that theory came from, but I heard about it somewhere. Uh-huh. Really, Langston? Really, bro? Okay. Who's your favorite poet, by the way? I mean, that'll increase double the damage of the barrage, which will be helpful. Let's get a little extra floaty boy. I actually didn't know about these post-prime candidate program conversations with him. Like, I think I've heard it before, but I completely forgot. Like, this was like the same one as with Emily. I don't recall the conversations. But anyways. Okay, so the next one is going to be back in the maintenance sector. Coolant pumps, if I remember correctly. His initial excuse was that the code base for the current PS5 port wasn't compatible with the PS4 version. Right, as if they couldn't just use separate PS5 SKUs for the account. Like, come on, most of those consoles are going to be reverse compatible anyways. They'd have to go out of their way to design them to not be able to export a port from PS4 to PS5. They'd have to go out of their way to design it that way. And if you did, that's just shady right there. I've never seen a reason why you would not allow older games onto these consoles. I mean, Nintendo's notorious for this world. They'll just refuse to let you purchase a game on their store. It's like, okay, yeah, I've owned probably 7 or 8 different versions of Zelda Ocarina of Time in my lifetime, and if I can get one on a current console, I would pay for it a 9th time. And Nintendo doesn't want my money, apparently. We haven't seen Darling at all throughout the course of the Hiss infection TNT. Or the Hiss, invasion. So we don't know exactly when he vanished. I think the last time we saw him was, or at least we heard of someone seeing him, was when Reese said that he found him handing out HRAs down in the maintenance sector. There we go, that's what I was looking for.
Mold's gotten in here too?
Here we go.
Alright. Let's get clean.
Let's get cleaning, but before we do that, let's get our charge. Goodbye. Goodbye. And goodbye. Beautiful. I mean, I don't even have to go anywhere. You just all die. I appreciate you guys making this easy on me. I know about Emily because I tended to go to her after every mission just in case. I gotcha. Yeah, currently Darling is MIA. That's kind of half of the plot of this game is we're trying to find Darling because he seems to be the only one who knows what's going on. And we can't find him to give us any intel. Alright. Now the fun part. For some reason I always suck at this one. I always end up missing 1 or 2 or some quantity of these. You like Charge better than Pierce? I think Charge works better at the end of the day. Pierce is great because it goes through shields, but it doesn't deal enough damage to really be worth it, even when it goes through shields. That's just me. Okay, there's that one. Where is the last one? I always can never find the last one. I might have to resort to my time on a traditional method of getting through this. Alright, let's just start shooting this around and maybe we'll get something. Because this has splash damage. Oh my god, that bathroom shift thing, absolutely hysterical. We'll get there soon enough, but yes. Where is it? Let's be, everyone should understand this already by now. Jessie is a total dork. So yes, her comment when at the bathroom is beautiful because she's so fucking, she's such a corny shit. It's in the rafters. Holy shit. Oh, well, hi there. Hold on. I did not know we had one of these chests up here. Cool beans. Oh my god, I hate this one. Yeah, I'm with you on that. She sees the anchor, she's like, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, I got the one that's right here.
That should slow it down.
Apparently, I'm a dirty, rotten liar. Better timing could not have been had. Can we all just pretend that didn't happen? No one comment on this ever again. You are sworn to secrecy. Oh my god. Alright. Let's finish and getting all these upgrades here. Just so has to be to work. Oh god. Agreed. That reward in the foundation, Gary, 100% dork gear cosplay. It's amazing. The word that describes this is redacted. It is so true. All right, I don't know if there is any new dialogue, but I want to go touch base with Underhill just in case, because I'm finding a bunch of dialogue I haven't seen in a long time, so I want to make sure we see everything.
From beyond the mold, it's alive. Maybe.
Almost certainly.
You guys are fired. Get out of here. Oh my god.
Do you need something?
Where is the spoiler tower? Yeah, nothing happened, Val. You didn't see anything. Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so we got no new dialogue with Underhill here. Cool.
Underhill gave you the new pill, right?
Pill? What pill?
Don't you dare joke right now.
Seriously, you guys are fired. Get out of here. I love these guys. They were so much fun just to sit here and listen to them. It's like the two rangers that are with Langston. They are so uptight, and he's just fucking around all the time. I don't know who hired these people, but let's be honest, if you were stuck on guard duty down in the mold threshold and nothing ever happened, you get super bored and need to entertain yourselves in some way as well. Find some way to entertain yourselves. Yeah, if we took Steve and Andy over here, Ranger Steve and Ranger Andy, and tossed them with no, hold on. And tossed them over there with Langston, and then sent the two that are up there with Langston and brought them down to Underhill, I think it would be a much better match. Hey guys, guess what? You did! Oh, you want to do this again? Check this bitch out. Oh, look at that. Love it. I think I'm going to start using charge in conjunction with the freaking ground pound. Those two go really well together. Okay. Who else, if you guys were the boss and you were in charge of interviewing new employees, would you have that on the questionnaire? Okay, question number 5. Are you a dork? Yes or no? I mean, I almost find it a job requirement to be somewhat nerdy if it was me, personally. Yes, we already spoke to the plants, so we're good there. Where are we looking at? Term table. Ordinary AWE. Where is this? Transit corridor. That's what I'm looking for. They probably had a Gardu swap, but they played testers just stood there all day listening to hilarious dialogue, so they just had to switch in. I wonder who they hired to just either one do the voice acting and two write the parts of those random rangers. I love it personally. That'd be so much fun. All right, here we go. %, you're hired then, Tao. If you do calculus for fun, you get hired. Yeah, the Ranger Steve and Ranger Andy are the only two cool Rangers this entire game. Alright. So, we were talking earlier about the Willow AWE, the scissors that had vampiric powers, and then the giant spherical orb that was found with holes in it. Well, let's go take care of Tomasi in the Sterling AWE. Not the Willow, the Sterling. Looks very similar. Alright, so for this one, I do want to have the Pierce.
There you are.
Alright, so honestly, the easiest way to deal with this guy, because I know this guy is a bitch, is do not hang out anywhere near the ground floor. Because there is an invisible guy that will randomly start spitting on you, but if you go up here, that means it literally has to walk up all of the fucking staircases. See, now they started spawning. Wow, I just completely messed up that entire thing. Hi, guys. Go away. So the invisible boy's literally gonna have to walk up this entire staircase just to get to me, and the second he gets up here, you just drop down and you don't have to deal with the issue. That's my pro gamer strats for dealing with this fight relatively simply. There you are. And don't be afraid to use your shield, ever. Oh, there we go. Switch weapons, switch weapons. Okay, I hear the invisible voice, so let's go ahead and head upstairs. Got it. Okay, let's step up here, drop. Oh my god! Oh my god, you little fucking shit. Alright, I need to go get some health. Shit, I need to go get some health. Alright, we're good. Now let's head all the way back upstairs again so we don't have to deal with the exploding boy. Weep. Up and down and back up again, and we're good. Perfect. Where are you, Tomasi? There you are. Done.
There. I guess the Bureau should start looking for a new head of communications.
Someone who is better at this than William Powers or Tomasi. Honestly, Powers was pretty on top of things when he was running the department, but whatever. Okay, we still have one invisible boy here somewhere. There he is. my god, they're still here? I already beat your boss and you're still coming after me, guys. What the hell? Any more? There you are. Just get over here. Perfect. See, the only reason I don't use... Surge probably would be pretty good this one when going against a floating Tomasi. I just never really tried it. I stick to what works for me, I should say. What is this one? The summary? Sterling summary. Ah, come on. Computer. Stop being a jerk. Delete. Save. Okay. A paranatural object appeared in the field outside the town of Sterling, Colorado, near a billboard advertising something. No civilians were injured, though a family dog has been reported as missing since the event. Local authorities arrived on the scene and began issuing orders over a monitored line of communication, using several watchwords flagged by the Bureau, including Bureau agents from the regional office were dispatched and arrived 2 hours after local police. The situation was contained and the analysis began. Bureau research staff arrived the next day and examined the object. After so-and-so days of evaluation, the object was lifted into an enclosed truck with a built-in black rock panels and relocated to the Bureau headquarters via subway transit system leading to the oldest house. Hey, no worries, SG. You sleep well, alright? Thanks for hanging out. Alright, so we also have a couple more random things in here. No, this is the Sterling AWE nothingness. However, I personally think there are connections to the Willow AWE. Which is really weird because we already can link the Willow AWE to this pair of scissors that consumes human blood.
You're listening to America Overnight, now in our 29th year, lifting the veil between fiction and reality. Thank you for staying up with us. I've been getting a lot of calls about this meteor in Sterling, Colorado. There were reports of a large spherical container that crash-landed in a field outside town. Some government people reportedly took it away. Now, we happen to broadcast from Colorado, and Sterling isn't far. I drove down myself to check it out with members of the America Overnight team. I don't need to tell you, it wasn't long before we found pieces of metal debris scattered in a field. Listeners, this is yet another instance of an unidentified flying object, or UFO, entering our airspace and crashing. That the government took away the evidence under cover of darkness only compounds the fact that these are more than likely visitors from beyond our planet, or dare I say, solar system. Head on over to our website to see pictures of the spacecraft pieces we uncovered. And while you're doing that, our sponsors would like your ear. America Overnight will be right back.
American Overnight, brought to you by Manscaped. Sorry. I couldn't help myself. Moving onwards. Alright. Well, the thing is, Draco Fox, he's not a nutcase. He's actually a Bureau agent intentionally putting out disinformation. And the easiest way to get conspiracy theorists off your back is to give them an unrelated conspiracy to follow. Alright, Sterling Supplement. Local witnesses report a bright flash in the field at approximately so-and-so. No noise accompanied the light. Authorities had assumed the object fell from the sky, but our examination found the object actually manifested there, vaporizing the soil around it, and its intense spherical blankety blank blank blank, which possibly explains the light seen from the town. The object is a hollow sphere made of a stone-like material. Structural analysis of the material does not blankety blank on record. The sphere has a broken portion, as if something... Basically, the sphere has a broken portion as if something crawled out, came from the object. The object has been inactive since arriving at the Bureau. The communications department officially stated to the press that the object was a small meteor, which also using the America Overnight program to provide disinformation. See episode 92. This AWE will be studied in the containment sector until the spherical object is deemed safe to be transferred to the investigation sector. Alright, so the biggest thing I want to point out for this one is the missing dog here and the spherical object. Let's head on over to the Willow AWE. Where is the Willow AWE situation? Crap, I think it was actually under correspondence, maybe? Crap, non-official, work chat, upcoming games, reminder, work chat teeth, work chat plane parts, not dead letters, maybe it's under research and records. It always frustrates me that the Willow AWE reports are so freaking... There we go, shipping manifest. One of the things was a deceased dog, animal carcass, possibly canine. Hollow, stone-like material. Hollow sphere, stone-like material. It's the exact same description used between the Sterling and the Willow AWE, essentially suggesting that these are two linked altered world events for some reason. They both involve a hollow sphere of a stone material. They involve a missing dog in one, and the dog appears at the other one. Almost like it was like a link between the two, or like a wormhole connecting the two in some way, shape, or form. That one, I don't know. But it definitely feels like there's some kind of connection here. What do you guys think on that? But the added wrinkle to this is we know that the Willow AWE involves a pair of scissors. So it's like, well, then what's the deal here? I think the dog was teleported. And wait, let me check one thing real quick. I want to double check a detail here. Sterling occurred in 2016, March 4th, 2016. And the Willow AWE, let's see if we have a date for that. We do not have a date. Maybe correspondence, something about the approved terminology. No, this doesn't say anything here. But yeah, so that's my personal hypothesis. Yeah, it's a dodecahedron, not a sphere, but they keep calling it a spherical object. But they're also saying that there's a hollow section, which I don't see any hollow sections. Unless the hollow section is underneath here, but who knows. Oh, I already wrote this one down, don't worry. During the America Overnight episode, I went ahead and closed it off. 2 seconds, though. I do need to be right back. Quick bio break. Okay. So essentially, long and short, how I make sense of the Sterling Willow AWE situation is an event happened where these two rocks were dropped down. They're both hollow. Apparently something came out of this particular rock, something of unknown origin. During the case of this altered world event, altered materials were left behind, and those altered materials latched onto the scissors in Willow and ended up causing or creating this scissors altered item. So the scissors are more of a byproduct of this event rather than the cause of this event, if that makes sense. At least that's how I see this. They mentioned in the Sterling one that the reason why they think it's hollow, or they know it's hollow, is because something literally came out of it. The sphere has a broken portion as if something came from the object. Like, it's just... It's such a weird one, because it almost feels like some of the writing that went into the Willow AWE ended up getting changed and they incorporated it into the Sterling. But I can't imagine Remedy having an oversight like that in the pre-production writing phases. It's odd. We don't need any more of those. Alright, so the next section of the game, we're actually going to have to put it on pause because that's when we get into another big thing, including heading back to our favorite maze. But we're not going to head back to the maze this stream. This Friday, we're going to be hitting that section up. Essentially, we're ending it off with the knowledge that Darling moved the slide protector over to Dimensional Research, which is located in the research sector, so we have to find a way to access it. But the last time we went over to Dimensional Research, we got stuck in a never-ending maze that kept shifting us around and throwing us back to the entrance, so we have to find a way through that maze. But that is going to be about... Ow, wow, you just broke your kneecaps again. Yeah, warm and fuzzy maze feels 100%. Oh, look at that! There is a mail tube right here. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Alright, everyone, we are going to end this off here today. Let's take that down, because I don't like looking at my own face. We're going to end the stream off here today, and we are going to be picking up, moving into Dimensional Research on Friday. And I don't know why I'm talking so weirdly right now. Yeah, so Friday we're going to continue this whole thing off. I'm going to leave this off here. You all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you all for hanging out. And yes, Draco Fox, as soon as we finish the stream, I will be compiling all the notes I took throughout the course of this game and making a unanswered questions list. And maybe just releasing that as one giant video, where we just list everything off and saying, hey, community, we still need to figure this shit out. Oh yeah, we should probably go talk to Emily. Thank you. Thank you. We need to do that. Tao, you... Seriously, if my head were not screwed on, it would fall off half the time. Hold on, guys. We're not done yet. We're gonna go talk to Emily, and then we'll stop.
I need the containment protocols for every altered item or object.
Hello again.
I took care of the Tomasi problem. Sorry, I forget he was a coworker.
Don't apologize. That wasn't the real Tomasi. He died when the hiss got him.
You're right. I just didn't want to be insensitive.
Sentimentality is a weakness in situations like these, Jesse. That's Bureau 101.
I don't think Emily's in danger of being called sentimental.
Perfect. All right. Now we're going to end this off. All right, guys. Take it easy. And for some reason, my controller literally just died again. So we're switching back over to mouse and keyboard. Emily is kind of, maybe a little bit, she's very asocial. If we call her a sociopath and a minor one. Possibly. Hard to say. Anyways. Peace all. Take it easy.